Patterns Digitizing Part 2. Digitizing a pattern grading. To digitize a uniform grading with proportional increments in the points, it is enough to enter any two sizes of the pattern. The other sizes will be obtained automatically. To digitize a non-uniform grading with jumps in the increments, it is enough to enter the boundary sizes of the ranges, within which the grading is uniform. The other sizes within each range will be obtained automatically. To digitize an absolutely non-uniform grading, it is necessary to digitize all the sizes of the grading. Digitizing a uniform grading with identical increments. Set the material and the name of the future pattern. Enter the quantity and the main outline of the pattern. Specify one of those sizes in the sizes table, which will actually be digitized. For a uniform grading, it is enough to choose any two sizes. The sizes chosen for entering are highlighted with red color in the upper line of the window. After entering the grain, with the use of cursor button 4, proceed to digitizing the main outline. Enter the point of the smaller size of the grading with endpoint button 3, and enter the increments of the points with the reproduce button 4. Only for sizes chosen for entering. In the case, we specify the biggest size of the range. Go around the entire outline by smaller working size and enter the increments with cursor button 4 in the reproducible points, the reference intermediate point and the end point, buttons 2 and 3. Double-click button 2 or 3 to obtain the notch, and set its increments using button 4, and so on. Enter the intermediate points using button 1. These points do not have increments. Use buttons 2 or 3 without entering increments to specify the non-reproducible points where the increments is equal to 0. Close the outline and enter the point of inscription. Save the pattern. The increments are read from the two entered sizes and divided proportionally into the number of the intermediate sizes. This way the missing sizes are created automatically. Digitizing a non-uniform grading. To digitize a non-uniform grading with jumps in the increments, choose the limits of the ranges, jumps of the increments in the sizes table, the first and the last size and also the sizes in which there is a change of the increments. The sizes chosen for entering are highlighted with red color in the upper line of the window. After entering the grain, proceed to digitizing the main outline. To digitize a grading, do the following. Enter the points of the smaller size with the endpoint button 3. Enter the increments of this point with the reproduce button 4. Only for chosen working sizes, from the smaller one to the biggest one. And so on. Enter the notches and points using buttons 2 and 3. And set their increments using button 4. Set the simple intermediate points without increments using button 1 in the smaller size. If some points are reproduced in an absolutely non-uniform manner, do the following. Specify the point in the smaller size using cursor button 2 or 3. Select the Enter by Scale menu item and enter all the other sizes, from the smaller one to the biggest one, using Reproduce button 4. After that, continue the digitizing process, also depending on the size, or in the initial set range. If the grading is non-uniform in all the points of the pattern, it is necessary to digitize the pattern in all the sizes, selecting them in the sizes table when the parameters of the pattern are set. In the non-reproducible points of the pattern with 0 increment, enter the points using buttons 2 or 3, without entering increments using button 4. Close the outline. Enter the point of inscription and save the new pattern in the database. In the reproducible points within each digitized range of sizes, the distance is divided proportionally into the number of intermediate sizes, and the complete grading of the pattern is obtained. In the point entered depending on the size, a non-uniform increment is obtained. Digitizing a pattern depending on the size. To digitize a grading depending on the size, that is, from cardboard or paper patterns of individual sizes, all the sizes of the pattern are entered in turn, gathering together into the grading automatically. Let us perform digitizing of the first size. Enter the main outline. And the point of inscription. Save the pattern. Without closing the parameters window or changing the pattern name, disable the Enter size and enable the next size for entering. Perform digitizing of this size. Attention! The start point of digitizing must be one and the same in all the sizes. A correct grading must contain the same number of elements. Eternal outlines, sections and points. Disable the ready size again and choose the next one, and so on, entering all the sizes of the grading.